Hi everyone, welcome to Hello Goes Live. I am here with Almased. This is Katie, and she is one of their chief nutritionists, and this is Laura, who is actually one of our Hello gang. Laura is the news editor over on the magazine and has been our Almased guinea pig. But before I talk to you, Laura, about your experience with Almased, which is a meal replacement drink, I want to talk to you, Katie, first. Yeah. What really appealed to me about this, I'm a bit of a healthy eating boffin, and I was keen to hear that everything in Almased, it's a really natural, nutritionally balanced meal replacement, because sometimes you think it's great to lose weight, it's really important for people to lose, to sort of lose excess weight if they can for their health, but drinking diet drinks that are just full of bad things isn't good for you.
No, exactly, and I mean, Almased, it's got the 3 ingredients, the soya, the yogurt and honey, and then the vitamins and minerals. There's nothing really else in there. And comparing it on the market today, you've got those that are artificial sweeteners, you've got the fillers, the binders, and they're filled for all sorts really. And this one here, it's just the 3 ingredients, really natural products, and it's fantastic.
And so the idea with Almased is at the very beginning there are stages, aren't there?
Yeah.
But the idea is to start replacing all 3 meals with one of these shakes, and you're actually filling yourself up with all the nutrients and everything that you would need in a fully balanced diet.
Exactly, so it's nutritionally complete. So you've got the soy protein in there. It's actually the highest amount of protein compared to any other meal replacement. So when you add milk to it, it's 34 grams of protein, which is fantastic when you compare it to others out there. It's also the #1 product in Germany, so you've got that behind it as well. The fact that fantastic results, many of our customers, backed by 25 years scientific research as well. So it's really
it's got the science behind it, hasn't it? Which again is another important thing, because we hear more about fasting and things like that, but this is nutritionally and scientifically based.
Exactly, yeah.
Now we are taking questions, so please, if you've got any questions about this, feel very free to drop us a note in the comments. And also, if you're interested in trying it, Almased is running a competition on their Facebook page. So if you like their Facebook page, which you'll see tagged up there or there, however you're watching us, then you can be in with a chance of winning a month's supply. I want to talk about muscle mass and things like that, because I know that if you lose weight, often it's water or it's muscle that you're losing, and that's not good for you. But this, I don't think that's the case ever with Almased.
No, I mean, that's what we found through our scientific research, that you do retain all of your muscle mass through the weight loss process, not only because it's got a high protein content, but the fact that it's got a low glycemic index. So that helps to balance blood sugar levels, it helps with retention of muscle. So like you said, you're not necessarily losing your muscle stores, you're actually preserving those, retaining that muscle.
Which is so important. And so the low glycemic index, I guess, means that, I'm no nutritionist, so you'll have to help me, but it means that your blood sugar doesn't spike, it's not really sweet.
No, exactly. Well, it's got a low glycemic index and glycemic load, and that's basically how, once you eat carbohydrate containing foods, how that absorbs into your bloodstream and how it raises your blood sugar levels.
Okay.
So it slowly absorbs, so it raises them very slightly. So the demand for insulin is lower, so you hold on to your muscle, whereas fat's actually burned.
I see. Yeah. Very clever. So can you talk to me a bit about the different stages? Because at the very beginning, like I said, you replace breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
And are you allowed to eat anything else?
Well, we say you can have a bowl of vegetable soup, but actually many of our customers don't feel the need to. They find that they're filling enough as it is, and they're getting all the nutrients, high protein, so it is quite filling. And then obviously we say to add the oil, so you're getting your essential omega fatty acids as well.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to snack in that stage, and we don't actually advise it, just to have the three shakes and then the bowl of vegetable soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long do you stay on that stage for?
So we've got 2 programs. We've got the 14-day program and then the longer term plan. But the 14 days, it's only 3 days that you're staying in that phase.
Okay.
And then if you want to extend it, you can, but we say a maximum of 2 weeks. You don't want to go anything longer than that, because it would just be unhealthy weight loss, really. It'd be too rapid.
Okay.
So it's for gradual, more sustainable weight loss. We say 3 days on the 14-day plan, and then up to a maximum of 2 weeks.
Okay, and then after that, what happens?
So then you go down to replacing the 2 meals, so that'll be your breakfast and your evening meal, and then you'll have a lunchtime meal, which is high protein, lower in carbohydrates, rich in vegetables. and that's actually where many of our customers prefer to stay in that phase. It's more convenient for them, and they're getting, you know, all the vitamins, minerals still, so it's better for themselves, I think.
And who would you say Almased is best for? Is it for someone who's very overweight and has a lot to lose? Is it for someone maybe Christmas is approaching and they'd like to look nice, you know, in their party dress?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, any goal that, you know, if they've got a weight loss goal in mind, it could be if they've got lots to lose, they might want to stay on Almased for a longer period of time, or equally, like you said, if they're working up towards an event, like 2 weeks, they can go in the programme. But it's just for also general well-being, the fact that, you know, it's full of nutrients, it really is a nourishing product. So yeah, for weight loss, sustainable weight maintenance, and actually we've got people that have lost the weight and now they're using it more as a lifestyle product. Just because, you know, like I said, the nutrients as well, and it makes them feel good, the energy levels have increased, so they use it post gym, so we've got other purposes as well, but
that's
mainly weight loss, weight maintenance.
And I guess if you've had a success then
exactly.
It's nice to sort of keep it as part of part of your daily routine. So we're getting lots of questions in about what it actually tastes like, so I wonder if at this point we should introduce Laura. When we found out about Almased, that you've been working with Hello Magazine for some time, and that we were going to be doing this Facebook Live, I sent a message around to everyone, and Laura responded that she was keen to have a go. What was it about the idea that appealed to you, Laura?
Well, I'm on a bit of a fitness thing at the moment. I've been going to the gym more and just been more careful, so I thought this would be a good boost, and I've never actually done anything like this before, so I thought I'd give it a go. So, and it sounded better than other rival products. It sounded healthier.
And what were did you have any preconceived ideas or concerns about it before you started?
I was worried that it wouldn't be enough just to have the shake as a meal replacement, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do any exercise or go to the gym or anything like that with just having drunk these things, but that was fine actually.
And so one of our first questions has come in from Emmy, who says, this sounds interesting, but how do I find the willpower to stick to it? And I know, Laura, this was something that you were concerned about too.
My willpower is not great, and I did cheat a bit the first 3 days. Not much, but I would say someone who's never done it before, like me, don't have a very active few days. It does actually say the recommended start the 3-day plan on the weekend, because I don't think I would have been able to run around after the kids and go to the gym and do everything I normally do with that psychologically either. So yeah, and don't watch baking shows or anything.
But after those first 3 days, then you can start introducing things. And you did find that it filled you up, didn't you? That was
yeah, especially because I was surprised, and I do on one of the mornings of the week where I go to a very hard spinning class, and I really was like, oh, well, this will not, there's no way I'll get through the class just on that, but I did, and I was very surprised with that.
No, definitely. I mean, 'cause, like, we've got actually Olympic athletes and the German national team that use it as a sports nutrition aid. So, you know, you've got the branched chain amino acids, you've got the right balance of carbohydrates, proteins. So it will, you know, you'll be fine to have it in the spin class.
It's a good test, isn't it?
See how
you feel at the end of it.
Also, I don't know if it's psychological, but a lot of the time I would just do it with water, so it's not that sweet, so you don't get like the crash that comes from having something full of sugar.
Because you're used to starting the day with smoothies, aren't you?
Yeah, so I am a big fan of juicing and nutribulating, things like that. So I often, instead of breakfast, I'll have a smoothie. So in that respect, that I knew that bit would be okay, but I worried that there wouldn't be enough to keep me going, because it is just a drink, whereas a smoothie is somehow thicker. You think it'd be better, but it was fine.
It depends what you're adding into it. You know, this has got a high protein, so it could be the case where actually the smoothie that you're making, it's mainly carbohydrate based, whereas now you've got the Almased that you can add to your shake, so it's more filling, low glycemic index. So it's actually better than a fruit smoothie.
You feel more. You don't feel high and low. You just feel full and energetic.
That's amazing. And so we'll talk about your you know, how you felt at the end of it. One of the key questions that keeps coming in here is, what does it actually taste like? So should we have a mix so that we can actually try it here? You make it. You explain the process, Katie.
Yep. So I will make our classic shake to start off with.
I'll pass you some water.
Thank you. In here I've already made up about 250 mils of water, and you can actually use between 200 and 350 for the classic shake.
Remember, if you fancy having a taste of this, Almased is running a competition on their Facebook page at the moment. So if you like their page, then you are in with a chance of winning a month's supply. So this is the basic.
Yeah, this is the powder itself, so the Almased powder, and
so
then
the soya and the
it's
yogurt
really
and the honey.
easy.
Yogurt and honey.
So it's just 5 heaped tablespoons. So 3.
It is actually quicker than doing a smoothie yourself.
A million times
5,
quicker, and you don't have to muck about looking for the different ingredients. It's all there.
And then let's get this little tablespoon. And then what we suggest actually is to add 2 teaspoons of essential oils. If I could just open up that. Yeah.
So it seems that surprised me actually when I saw this on the table to have oil in. But I mean, I know that healthy fats are really important.
That doesn't add. It doesn't. You can't really taste it
No,
either.
exactly. When you choose
enough.
things such as olive oil or flaxseed or rapeseed or walnut, they're quite neutral in taste actually, and it's just there to add the essential omega-3 fatty acids as well as the absorption of vitamins and minerals. So it's really good to add it in.
You can actually see that there's nothing bad going in there as well.
No,
It's nice,
exactly.
isn't it?
And this is actually
it
our
takes
Almased shake.
less than a minute.
Yeah. And what's its natural? Is it sort of a honeyish taste? We'll find out in a second.
Yeah,
but then the sort of because we can add things
sweet,
in. But
it's more. I don't know what it tastes like really.
I taste
kind
fairly
of like
neutral.
Kind of tastes like yogurt a bit. You
Okay.
can taste a bit of the yogurt, but it's quite plain.
all right, I'm intrigued.
Go on, give it a go.
Have a sip.
Okay, so how do you give it that?
It doesn't look. I had a feeling it might be like really gloopy because
No.
you're expecting to get the nutrients that you need. You think it would need to be quite thick.
And even with the shaker, like our Almased shaker, it's like fantastic. It mixes so easily.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, it's actually quite sweet. You can taste a bit of the honey, but not a lot.
It's funny because I know that we're going to try it with almond milk as well, but it kind of tastes a bit almond milky even without it, doesn't it? You can taste.
It's much more savoury than sweet.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean that shake there, including the oil, it's like 230 calories. So it's calorie control, but also nutritionally complete as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you start making the one with the almond milk because I know that you used. Was it vanilla flavoured almond milk?
Vanilla almond milk, just to get a bit of a sweeter taste when I wanted to. I don't actually like sweet things in the morning, but when you get that craving, there's nothing you can do. So that helped, and it made it slightly different and varied it up a bit.
So how did you find, having never done a meal replacement program before, how did you find the outcome? Were you pleased with your couple of weeks? Because you've not been on it for long, but
no. I was pleased. I was pleasantly surprised that I found the first few days hard, but once you get used to it, it's good. Once you can start eating, I found it easier when you could start eating lunch. But really the convenience and the ease of it was a massive bonus because I'm a working mum and I'm always running around. So, you just saw it was very, very quick to make. Yeah. So it's just the ease of it.
So there's
brilliant.
no excuse to run out of the house without breakfast.
No, but also you're not going to run out of ingredients either because it's in the tin.
Oh yes,
finished.
That's true.
So I found it's good. You start to see results very quickly as well, which is really good for your motivation. So that was a good plus as well because you think, okay, this is actually working, so I'm going to carry on.
So you found that your clothes just sort of were a bit.
Yeah, my clothes are loose. I don't tend to weigh myself regularly, but my clothes are looser, and you feel better. You've got more energy. You don't feel sluggish, which can happen after you had either a sugar crush or used too many carbohydrates or anything like that. So you feel kind of good, healthy.
Okay, so we've had a question from Chloe, which we have sort of talked about a little bit, but she says, does it really fill you up?
It fills you up in that you're not hungry. It's not like eating a meal. But it does,
and that's probably the mental thing,
it's
like that
the
thing,
mental
isn't
thing.
it?
I found it easier mentally when I could actually eat lunch or dinner towards the end, but it does fill you up, but not in the way that a big meal does, but it certainly it gives you the energy to go to the gym or do whatever you want. And also I know some people I spoke to that have tried similar things. If you're really hungry, you can have an extra shake in the beginning. So one day I had 4 shakes, so you can do that as well if you need to.
Well, that's good. And so this one, what have you put in here,
so this is actually the cinnamon roll.
Okay.
So in here you've got the 200 mils of unsweetened almond milk, and then the 5 heaped tablespoons of Almased, and then a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I've just put in the 2 teaspoons of the olive oil as well. But the olive oil is actually, like the essential fats, is optional, but I've just put them in anyway.
So if you don't have them, it's not the end of the world?
No, it's not. And actually, we've got customers that always ask that. They're like, do I have to put the oils in? I'm supplementing with fish oils or flaxseed oil. In that case, no, you don't. Like, it's just basically there. If you're not supplementing themselves, especially in the first, when you replace all 3 meals, it's best to add the oil in, just because you're getting it whole balanced. If you're not eating anything else, then it's good to get your essential omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay. See what this one tastes like. It sounds like it's going to be very festive. I'm a fan of cinnamon. I've seen on the website that there are also, you've got quite a few recipes, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is that recipes for these sorts of shakes? But also there were ways to sort of incorporate Almased into your breakfast?
Yeah, so personally what I do is I mix Almased into yogurts, and then I top like natural Greek yogurt, and then I top it with fresh berries or oats, seeds. You can actually make like a high protein spread as well, so you can add it into things such as cottage cheese or like sour cream, and then add a couple of herbs, and then it's more like something that you would put onto, say, toast or rye bread in the morning, so that tastes really nice.
And actually most people's breakfasts don't have much protein in them at all, do they?
If you have a croissant, if you have like just toast and jam, a coffee,
you're just having carbs.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good way to get that into a meal.
So that might be quite cinnamony.
Ooh. Well, it is. It's nice. Nice. It's really sort of creamy as well. It feels like, like it's
more a treat.
There is even though it is a shake, there is a degree of variety in it. When you add different things in.
So what did your kids think of you eating, not eating, I guess, drinking shakes?
Well, they used to me with the smoothie bottle anyway, but they were like, what are you doing? But, they were okay. It helps you, if you time it right, it helps you not snack on their leftovers as well. So
yes, well that's
a big temptation. So
a bad time, isn't it, making kids' meals?
Yeah. So if I would have it before that, then I wouldn't be. It really does make you not hungry.
Yes.
Okay, we have some more questions. So I'm going to read these. Sharnaz has said, how much weight will you lose in the first 2 weeks?
I mean, it's hard to say. It depends on the individual in terms of the amount of weight that they initially need to lose, or how much they weigh to start off with, and their physical activity levels as well, and just their diet alongside Almased. So it's definitely hard to give an exact figure, but I mean, if they have got a weight loss goal in mind, then of course they will achieve that with Almased. If it's the case, for the 2 weeks, if they want to extend the first phase, so they replace all 3 meals but continue it for a couple of days after, and then continue in the second phase, and that's where you can actually extend that for as long as possible. So it could be the case, after 2 weeks, say they've got, a couple of 10 pounds to lose or something. If they want to, they can achieve that. But it depends on each individual.
And it's really always there's no getting away from the fact that it's better to lose gradually and in a sort of
because then it's more sustainable in the long way.
But that is, I think, we'll in a minute we'll have a look at some of your case studies, because we were looking earlier and the pictures were pretty cool. But that is one of the big benefits of Almased, isn't it? I think because you can continue doing it, and that sort of really restricted bit is just is very short bit.
And you don't have to even start at that phase. We've got customers that are like, I prefer to just start in the second phase, and that's perfectly fine as well. It's more convenient for them. So that's fine.
So we have a few people to have a look at. I have their names here. We've got Gail to start with. Now, do you want to tell us a little bit about her journey? So Gail, she actually worked at a pharmacy, and they stocked Almased, so she's tried so many different in the past, and she was like, no, she's tried them, they weren't working, and so she said, well, I'll try Almased. And she done fantastic. She lost 5 stone.
Oh, wow.
She did really, really well. And she said actually how it wasn't just the weight loss, she made her feel a lot more confident. She suffered depression as well, so that really helped her. She just said that through Almased, she's changed how she eats. Her lifestyle's different. She doesn't want to choose the unhealthy snacks. So it's about shaping your approach towards food.
Did you find that, because you said that you had you'd embarked on a sort of fitness regime and you were keen to start the healthy eating, but wanted something to kickstart it? Has it made you think more about what you're putting in your mouth? And
definitely. and also you are almost going back to basics when you start reintroducing things, so you do think about it more. And also, if you haven't eaten carbs for a few days, when you do eat them again, you really notice that you feel really like you could just go to sleep afterwards.
Sluggish,
whereas this doesn't make you feel like that at all.
That's good. Okay, so we've got another case study to look at. This one is a duo, actually. Carol and Chris.
Exactly. So actually, I'm still in contact with them now, and they're using it as a lifestyle product, and they do fantastic. Between the both of them, they lost over 10 stone.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so they started, and their weight loss was very gradual. They've been using it for a number of years now, and actually, interestingly, Chris has got type 2 diabetes, and the fact that, like I said earlier, that Almased's got a low glycemic index and glycemic load. He tried this for himself, and he was shocked that how his blood sugars were actually quite balanced, and he came off one of his medications, and so now he's using it as a lifestyle product. So they've lost the weight, and now they use it every single day just to replace one meal.
Oh, that's amazing. I actually have a friend who was recently diagnosed with diabetes, and there's some forms of diabetes that you can reverse if you lose some weight, aren't there? And so that can be a real inspiration to start sorting out what you're eating. So it's useful to know actually that is something that can be taken.
It's suitable. It's very safe, and just to help to obviously to lose the weight, and also just to keep your blood sugars controlled, really.
So you say that you're in touch with these two. Yeah. Is there, if you start using Almased and you've got questions or anything, is it quite easy to get in touch with the team?
We're there all the time, really. Through our Facebook page, on the phone, we got customers writing to us.
Oh, that's nice.
Direct on our website, we've got the online chat function. So we're always there to provide ongoing support, guidance, dietary advice.
Did you see any of that when?
I didn't. Well, it was. Well, I was going to say the leaflet that comes with it is very good. It's very self-explanatory. Plus, also there was some really good recipe ideas for low carb things, which were actually really tasty. So that it's kind of all there, which is great. You get your the powder and all of that, but the leaflet it's just really easy to use. It's very user friendly.
So we've got like the figure plan, so that talks you through the program, how you go about replacing meals. There's recipes in there also, so that's really comprehensive, so it tells you all about it anyway. But we're there to provide ongoing support anyway. If people come to us, we're always there.
It's nice to have a chat function as well, because I think sometimes, that's why people do weight loss groups and things, isn't it? It's really nice to have, and every question that you've got, probably everyone else that's been on it has been through that and can answer those questions. So that's really nice. So the next people we're going to look at is Robin, who, there she is.
Yeah, so Robin actually lost 6 stone, and she was actually recommended it by her sister, who used it to fit into her wedding dress. And so she tried it, because she had just recently given birth. Well, not recently, but she wanted to lose her baby weight. She'd put on quite a lot of weight, and so she used it. And so she's done fantastic. And again, she said how it's made her think of choosing food that are more healthier now. She doesn't really want to go back to the way she was.
So,
and she's taken up lots more physical activities as well, so she's a lot more active, and she's really enjoyed it.
That's
the whole process.
Often the way when you actually find a healthy way to lose weight, you don't go back, do you? We've had a couple more questions. Lucy's asking, where can you buy Almased?
So Almased's available in Boots Pharmacy. It's available Lloyd's online and Amazon as well.
And there was one more. Why is this better than other meal replacements? We sort of touched on the natural ingredients.
And the fact that it's Germany's #1 weight loss product, and it has been for many years. And the big thing as well, it's backed by 25 years scientific research. So all of our results are documented in international medical journals. They're available online, and we can actually provide those if people are interested to look. And so it's got the high protein content compared to any other meal replacements, and the natural ingredients. It's a family company as well, so that you still got that traditional, I suppose, being like a pharmaceutical big company. So there's loads of different attributes really.
And we've got a couple more case studies to look at. It's often women that talk about losing weight, but it's not only women that need to think about it, is it? And often women that sort of research it as well. But this is a great success story. Who's this?
This is Pete, actually. So he was, at the time, he was refereeing a charity football match, and his photo was in the Manchester newspaper, and he wasn't very impressed with his stomach on there, so he was like, right, I need to do something about this. So he did, and yeah, he did very well. He lost 2 stone, which he wanted to lose. That was his weight loss goal, and he achieved that. He actually said how he really enjoyed taking Almased, and he was doing things as after, like, he lost his weight, he was there like adding it to his cereals in the morning. So he just liked it from a whole wellness perspective as well. Yeah.
So again, that is a way of getting more protein into your breakfast,
and the big thing,
and snacks as well. Because often snacks, when you think of what to snack on, I find this when I'm thinking about snacks for my kids, it's always biscuits and bars and crisps, things that are just
bad for you.
Bad for you and full of carbohydrate.
And the good thing also about peat is, and another USP of our product, is the retention of muscle mass, as we spoke about earlier. And he's obviously active in sports, he plays football as a referee, and that's what he was comparing all the other meal replacements to. He was like, I don't want something that I'll lose my muscle mass. Especially from a guy's perspective, he was like, no, I want something to retain it.
Yes, of course.
And so he found that he was losing fat, but he was retaining all his muscle, and so that's what he was really, really like. He was so pleased with that.
And then finally we have Rory. See his before picture here. There we go. So Rory, he's done very well as well, and it was actually his mother who recommended it, because she was using it because of her diabetes. And so she was losing weight, and so he was like, oh, I'll try it myself. And so he's tried it, and now he lost actually 5 stone as well, and he's so impressed, and he used it still to this day, and he used it as a healthy snack option. He looks great, doesn't he? It's
and
really
before and after the gym, he's taken up loads of outdoor activities, so he's hiking all the time now. So, and he's saying actually he'll never have been able to have done any of those stuff without the help of Almased. He's really, really pleased.
I think sometimes you need to start, like you started with the fitness thing first, but sometimes if you're a bit overweight, you don't even have the confidence to go to the gym and things. So it can, something like this is a good way to sort of start a healthy lifestyle entirely. Catherine, what advice could we give Catherine, who says, I really want to try this, but how can you go 2 weeks without any meals?
I mean, you're not necessarily going 2 weeks without any meals. Almased is a meal in itself. It's nutritionally complete.
I guess that's the big thing, isn't it? It's like you think you're just, if it's filling you up, then
you only have 3 days without meals.
And even then you've got the option of the vegetable soups, so an increase in the fibre intake, vitamins and minerals as well. I think that people associate meals as having something solid to chew. Whereas it's still a meal, but you're just drinking it instead.
That was the hardest part, but it's not for a long time at all. So
and also, I guess
what you have
once you realise that you're not, because the assumption is that not eating the solid food you'll be hungry. But then if you're not hungry, then it's sort of, you're right, it's not actually skipping a meal. It's taking a meal, but just in a way you're not used to taking it. All right, great. So I think I actually would quite like to try the chocolate one. Can you make that quickly for me? But I think while you're making that, I just want to ask Laura what you think you're going to be doing going forward. Are you going to stick with your new healthy lifestyle, do you think?
Definitely. I'm going to try adding it to yogurt in the morning. I'm not a big breakfast eater, so I think some days I'll just have this instead of having a fruit smoothie or something like that. So definitely, like I said before, once it starts to work, you want to carry on because you know that you see results.
Yes.
So, and you don't want to undo all your good work and just go back to eating rubbish all day.
And actually I have to say, the difference between the one that we made with water and the one that we made with milk, the texture is really different. So it does give you a different sort of feeling, like you're saying. There's a variety.
There's lots of different things that you have. You're not just drinking the same thing all the time.
And did you get a chance to try any of the suggestions for lunches?
Yes, they were really. There were some salads that were really nice. Now I can't remember any of them. So there was a pasta one that was nice as well. And you think you shouldn't be able to eat stuff like that, but you can, because there are some carbs, but they're healthy carbs, and they're not the majority of the actual meal. So that was also helpful, the recipes, because it works totally in tangent with the shakes.
And then there's the lid. And then it means that you don't have to be, because sometimes as well you can think you want to do something like this, but you don't have the time to research it all. So if it's all sort of delivered to you,
it's totally user friendly, especially for, like I said before, a lot of us are busy running around, and you don't have time to muck about and faff around. So this was brilliant because it's just all there for you. You don't have to do anything else, buy anything else, even if you want to just have the shakes plain.
And if So let's say you've lost all the weight that you want to lose. You're a completely, a healthy weight, a good BMI for your body.
Yeah.
And we say people use them sort of add them into the meals that they're having. But I actually really do often find, as a busy working mum, I'm sure lots of busy working mums find it, that sometimes there just isn't time for lunch or something. Yeah. So is having Almased as a sort of standby in the office for if you don't get out, that's all right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I use it myself if I haven't got time to have a breakfast in the morning. So it'll be like my go-to in the morning, and I'll just take it, and it'll fill me up. And equally on the go, take it. It's perfect. And like I said, compared to what some people choose for their lunches, like the meal deal options, crisps, a sandwich, they're probably not getting as many nutrients.
And so, how many calories do you have in one shake?
So when you mix the oil and with water, it's 230 calories.
Okay.
And then obviously, depending on the milk you use, that increases.
Yeah.
So like low fat, semi-skimmed cow's milk, that brings it up to about 330 calories. And then the unsweetened almond, that brings it up to about 270.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all right for, if you're not looking to lose weight, you're just looking for something healthy to eat on the go. It's a good option as well. All right, let's see what this one's like.
So this is the chocolate almond.
It looks very creamy as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not letting you drink
You've already had it. I've already had it.
So that's with the almond milk.
Oh, that's really good.
Almond extract. And then...
Is that what that little bottle is?
Yep, so that's just 1 teaspoon of the almond extract. Again, that's optional, but if you want the almond chocolate...
it tastes really nice.
And then unsweetened cocoa powder. That's actually raw cacao. But yeah, I mean, unsweetened cocoa powder is perfect.
And so just the sweetness, because it doesn't taste, on its own, it doesn't taste very sweet, but that doesn't taste bitter.
No.
And often cacao can taste really bitter.
Exactly.
So it obviously just is lifting the sweetness of the Almased lift it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being our guinea pig.
Welcome.
Just a reminder that if you do want to try it for yourself, head over to that Almased Facebook page, which is linked in with us on our introductory message there, and we will be back soon with another Hello Goes Live. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.